Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. Had just a ton of fun today in Concordia, Missouri. I was down there speaking at Concordia Implements Kinsey Planner Clinic and Open House event. And boy, huge crowd. Met some great folks in Missouri, learned a ton. And I'm a big fan of Concordia Implement and Ag Solutions Group and owner Dave Nelson. That's kind of changing what it is to be a Shortline dealer in a very cool way. So after the event today, I was able to interview Dave, kind of catch up on the latest with Ag Solutions Group and specifically there at Concordia Implement. Hey folks, Machinery Pete here, reporting from Concordia, Missouri, with my friend Dave Nelson with Ag Solutions Group, and we're here at Concordia Implement, one of their stores. Dave, thanks for having me down today. Boy, this was a dynamic event you put on.
It was a fun event. We did attendance, and the number of plates we served today was 225 plates of food we served today. So that's a big win in our minds for the and 90% of that, 95% of it was customers. So we had over 200 customers, grower, farmer customers.
Well, I love how you were honoring your customers here, and we're in Concordia, Missouri. Let's tell people a little bit about your business, Ag Solutions Group, Dave. Yep. You guys are a very unique company. We've talked a number of years ago, and I was highly intrigued. I think you're onto a great concept here. Why don't you just explain Ag Solutions Group?
Our concept of Ag Business, or Ag Solutions Group, it's a combination of two owners, myself and my father. We owned Brokaw Supply in Fort Dodge, Iowa, and Redwood Falls, Minnesota. And we merged in 2015 with another company called Riggins. And Riggins is a fertilizer application business, and they also own where we're at today, Concordia Implement. Yep. In 2015, we merged. 2016, we bought Omaha Tractor, which we renamed into Kubota of Omaha, which is a Kubota-only dealership. And so our philosophy or our business model is not to come into the ag business and get all these stores and put them together and be this big branch store with multi-locations. We're looking at each store and looking at what its customer base is and what its product line is, and trying to dig deeper into that to where our mission is to become a premier shortline equipment business at each of our stores. So what's the difference between a shortliner and a premier shortliner? That's a phrase that we've kind of tagged up of premier. We're going to start focusing on specialty products. We're not going to have a 20-acre lot full of 40 different brands of products and have 5 different colors of auger wagons and 5 different colors of grain carts. Right. We want to specialize into agronomy products and in products that are going to make a difference in the customers or in the grower's operation.
Yeah, I was very intrigued today listening to your presentation about the agronomy focus throughout everything you're doing. Yep. I think that's really smart. Why don't you tell us about your product mix here at the Concordia Implement location?
So Concordia Implement's coming from the late 1970s being started, and from a standpoint of being a premier shortline business, our flagship is obviously Kinsey. Very close is Unverfirth, Salford, Kuhn Kraus, Westfield Augers, Wallinga Vax, Ag Leader, Raven. And so today we introduced Raven and Yetter as 2 new products that fit into our section. So if you take our products, they need to fit in one of 3 buckets. Agronomically, they need to fit into seeding or planting, residue management, or grain handling.
So again, that specialization.
Specialization. I mean, we can have a ton of branches or have a ton of products and kind of be the Walmart and have a lot of things but not know much about any one brand, just a lot of literature pieces. We want to be able to show up as a consultant and know our piece that we're talking about and helping the customer with.
Yeah, that really resonated with me when you were talking about being a true partner to your customer.
A trusted advisor.
Yep. Not just selling them a piece of iron, but helping them and being free. See, this is the part that I was intrigued by when you say premier shortliner. There's kind of freedom in that, right?
There's a ton of freedom in that, and that's where we want to be. We've had opportunities to bring in a major line. Right. Too many times that major, for the right intent of their business model, they want a store that's only their products. Sure. By us being able to remain independent, we have no intentions of dropping that line or bringing up that line and things like that. But it lets us go to the customer for what the customer's needs are. Right. Versus too many times they get wrapped up in their corporate policies and certain products, and we got to sell this product because it's our brand that we sell. Versus being independent, we're controlling our own destiny per se. We don't have a mothership taking us where they're going to go, and we're along for the ride to carry the cash.
And again, you know, corporations, you know, they have their, and we can understand why they do it.
It makes perfect sense for their model.
It seems like a lot more big a push in terms of purity, whether red or green, whatever. But
So our focus is narrow, not wide.
Right.
We want to show up better, not bigger.
Right.
Is our focus.
Oh, I love it. And Dave, a little history now. You know you're very passionate about the business.
Mm-hmm.
What's your background? You grew up farming?
Yep. I grew up on a family farm in north central Iowa in Fort Dodge. I went to Iowa State for agronomy. No opportunity to farm, so I had to go out and spread my wings a little bit. So I spent 10 years at Monsanto as a territory sales manager, and then 2 years with Caterpillar. In 2007, had the opportunity to come home and farm, but I needed an off-farm income, and that's where buying Brokaw Supply was an opportunity. So me and my dad partnered up and bought the business, and I've been in the business ever since. So we bought it in January of 2008. So we're right at 10 years right now.
Nice.
Of running the business. Opened a store for Brokaw in Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Some of the time where I spent with Monsanto, kind of going back home where my wife is from and getting that business going up there.
Yeah, we actually can claim you as a Minnesotan.
Exactly.
Dave.
I just don't have the accent as much anymore. And then
your wife is from Morris?
My wife is from Morris, Minnesota. Hancock.
Hancock.
They would be very quick to say Hancock, not
Hancock
Morris.
Owls. They wouldn't like
That's
being
right.
confused with the Morris Tigers, would they?
Yeah. So it's live in Fort Dodge, Iowa still, and we've actually grown our farming operation to be a good, successful farming operation, in our opinion. And we've grown based on the same business principles of it's business, and we're having a lot of fun farming as mom and dad and being a farm kid, farming with my family, but also having the passion and be able to be involved in the business too.
Well, very unique approach, Dave. And like I told you a couple years ago when we talked, I think you're onto a very good path here. And so how would you summarize in terms of, a reason to do business with Concordia Implement, Brokaw? What makes you guys better?
Any of our stores at Ag Solutions Group, we want to take and to be able to be closer to you and help you with your needs and a solution, to be able to show up as a consultant first, and not just to show up to sell you a product, but to become in your circle of trusted advisors.
And on that topic, I don't know technically if we can talk about this, but this planter right behind you, Dave, was visiting with the folks at your event today that purchased it.
Yes, this one is sold.
And this is kind of an unusual...
This is a new model that Kinsey's just come out with. So it'd be an 816, I think. So it's a pivot planter. I don't know the exact model of it, 3500.
35.
But it's a pivot to where they've never been able to go down lower than a 12 row. And so now with a center fill pivot planter. So the two unique things about this is it is the pivot for narrow transport going down the road, but it's also bulk fill. And it's a split row 15-inch planter. So it's a new model, and they've been very popular.
So kind of an example here of you guys finding a new and hopefully better solution for your customer.
Exactly. A lot of the guys were still at box planters or other brands, and now they can come over to a Kinsey brand or upgrade from a box planter for that center fill efficiency.
I liked how in your talk, Dave, you were talking also about being, I forget how you termed it, I call it being Switzerland or non-biased about...
Being colorblind.
Colorblind.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. So if you get a green tractor and you want to pull it with a Kinsey planter because you believe in what a Kinsey planter is, we need to be able to drop that hitch pin and help you hook up all the way up into your cab, being colorblind to what you want to operate.
Right.
We've kind of gone, even as a farmer, you kind of go down a certain color path.
Sure.
And you get there and you're like, I want that Unverfirth or that Kinsey or that piece. And so it's for us to be able to show up and help that customer be able to use and utilize that Kinsey planter. Well, that's fine, he has a John Deere tractor, but he wants to keep his Kinsey planter behind him. It's our duty to help him, and for us to be colorblind, to help him to help the pieces come together.
Very cool. Yeah. And if folks want more information about Ag Solutions Group or Concordia Implement, Dave, where should they hop on the internet?
I would send them for Ag Solutions Group to see all of our stores, agsolutionsgroup.com.
Okay.
But to come to Concordia or Brokaw or Riggins, it's concordiaimplement.com or brokawsupply.com or rigginsag.com. We've kind of individual it to each of our stores are independent, and you got to go to them to see what the products are.
Local is good.
Exactly, and the brand.
Very cool. Yes. Well, Dave, thanks for telling us about Ag Solutions Group. Very fun, and thanks for having me down today.
No problem. Thanks, Ray.